Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Semi-Perfect Podcast here this Wednesday night, the last day of May. We're ending it just right, hopefully. We're ready to go for another bi-weekly podcast here on the Semi-Perfect Podcast. I'm ACRacebest, and I'm joined with Toodles.
Hi.
Saberspark.
That's me.
Paleo.
Hello.
Laura.
Hello.
And Heroes in the house.
Hey.
My favorite anime. So we're going to talk about a number of things. Some new episodes of My Little Pony, some movies that we've seen. We'll keep the spoilers to a minimum for everything. And then I know there will be plenty of other topics to come. On top of all that, we'll also do our regular Q&A. I think we'll be able to get to the Q&A pretty safely here today. So first off, I'm going to just jump right into the food posts because I see a lot of food that's been posted.
Yeah. Can I hijack you real quick?
Hijack.
I have I Love Derpy 10 in the chat, otherwise known as Shadowblood on Twitter, posted some more fan art. This one's of Paleo. I just put it in the chat.
What?
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Dude, they got the swoosh and everything. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I
That
can
is
tell
some major
from the
swoosh
react.
in that hair.
Oh my god, Pale, that's amazing.
Like
if
the
there was
glasses.
ever a statue of you that needs to be like constructed to be like of this picture with the swoosh and everything.
That's brilliant.
Yep.
It's like a peacock's tail.
You're right, it is. Or like the end of a scarf.
Don't patronize me. Just go on your dumb post.
They're not dumb because they're food related. I'm actually eating Cheez-Its.
So now you're bragging.
First off, we've got Jory, posted 6 hours ago. He said,
Whoa.
I will watch the beginning during my break, then watch it home. Here are some lean pockets I had earlier. Nice.
Oh yeah. I'm going to retweet that a little bit later on because we got the podcast kind of in the background. Then we have another one that wasn't able to make it. Ross says, not going to be able to make it, but here's some chips. They took a picture of some Ruffles just for us guys. Nikki D's not going to make it tonight, but is grilling with the squad. Got a barbecue going.
Yeah, it's so much better.
Yum.
I wish we could like simultaneously grill while we're doing the podcast.
One day.
Yeah. That's actually my favorite track from Pirates of the Caribbean. Drummer Shy and in Drummer Shy's name, there's a thing that I'm sure we'll talk about at some point. But Drummer says, "I'm ready for a sausage fest." And has a sausage.
Is it just a
And
single
Has a
sausage?
lone sausage in one of those to-go boxes.
That is a sausage fest.
I think a lot of there's a subreddit I follow called Shitty Food Porn. I truly think that like 90% of Drummer Shy's posts for our podcast can be like submitted to that subreddit. It's about like the food's quality and its presentation, and Drummer Shy just always nails the presentation. It's like the opposite of properly plating food.
Speaking of presentation, I'm gonna link this so you guys in the so you guys can see this. Dale says, "I'm ready," and I absolutely love the talk about presentation of this dish. This is like 5-star restaurant quality right here. Wow. I'm pretty sure they have 4 pieces of rice, a pea, a uncooked piece of spaghetti on top of a cracker.
That one piece of spaghetti is really just artistry at its finest. I appreciate it.
Look at that, man. Wow. Nora is having a cookie cup. Ooh, that looks good. Whatever the heck that is. From a local ice cream shop.
Yum.
One you did miss was Norse Brony, relaxing with some tortilla chips after a performance today. Ooh. It looks like tortilla chips and I guess maybe a mug of tea on the side.
Nice. There was somebody, I feel like I missed one. At one point I thought I saw...
Christopher Hope.
Oh, yeah, I did miss one. Jazz King says, "Derp, here's the pic," and there's a picture of pizza and watermelon. Oh yeah, and like stuff, just lots of stuff. What's Canada Dry? What is that?
Wait, really?
Great. I've never had it.
Me?
It's ginger
Wait.
ale.
Yeah,
You don't have Canada
you guys
Dry?
have it over there?
No, I have not had. Well, I've had it, but I don't know what kind.
I think it's like the carbonatiest.
It's
Color.
good.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's sort of
anyone
like
here-
how, you know, there's Sprite and Sierra Mist, but then 7-Up is like the really like carbonated, like hit you in the face, like sting your tongue kind of. Yeah, Canada Dry is kind of like that in terms of ginger ale.
Now wait, does anyone like ginger ale?
I think
Yeah.
it's pretty good. I don't like drink it every day, but I'll have it.
I like mixing orange juice with it. It tastes really good.
I like it on airplanes.
Right? Yeah, it's refreshing.
It's so weird. It's like, what would you like to drink off a ginger ale?
You stole that from me.
Huh.
No. I've done that for a long time.
Oh, you sound like a little kid. He's like, no, did not.
Chris
So-
Hope is eating. He says, "Ending my birthday with some cake and some
Hey.
podcast. Happy birthday!"
Happy
Happy birthday.
birthday! Nice.
I have the same paper plates.
So everyone's saying happy birthday, and you're just like, huh?
Plates, paper plates. So okay, so this just kind of popped up. I'm just gonna bring it up now. One of our favorite things in humanity, it seems, is to latch onto things, which is why memes exist.
Yeah.
And I guess kind of the meme of the day was a I don't even know, like, is it like a spelling error? What did Donald Trump do?
Spelling error, and everybody's making fun of
Well,
it, and
not
it
even-
got
not even-
Oh,
like
those are
2
the nuclear
seconds
launch
in.
codes.
It wasn't even.
Oh.
It wasn't just a spelling error. It
It
was
was
like
just like
you didn't even finish the sentence.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny to me, guys? This is what's funny to me.
it's like someone
Is
smacked the
everybody-
phone out of his hand.
Well, yeah. Well, it's like he made the tweet, went to bed, and then when's like, we can't wake him up to tell him to fix it. He's asleep, so let's leave it alone. And then everyone's like online, like and then he ruins it by saying, "I hope you all enjoy the joke." Now it's like, now you ruined it.
It's
I
like
really-
Vermin Supreme singing about being a meme.
My merch.
I really enjoyed the phone smacking imagery. That's some good stuff.
Yeah, look at Dusty's post. That's some art right there.
Dusty's post?
Yeah, he tagged.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
A little provocative,
Nice.
if you ask me.
What?
I don't know. There's something
Like
about
a
seeing
sausage,
bit in
erect
half.
upwards, leaning against a
Yeah,
can,
but
and like
seeing it bit in
the
half,
top
Sarah,
bitten
is the
off.
last thing I'd call
top.
provocative.
Okay, fine. The Jazz
It's
King
got a-
place has some pizza and some other some sort of dessert. I don't know what it is. Maybe ice cream and some
And
watermelon,
watermelon.
I think, in the side. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We talked about that one, Sarah.
Oh shit.
That's
Did
where
we?
the Canada Dry
Oh,
stuff came
I got mixed up because he first explained
what?
what he was
It's
eating,
cool.
and then he actually posted a picture of it. So I got confused.
Sarah,
Sorry.
from. I will
Oh,
give you a
there's-
pass. Speaking to the topic of how everyone's week's been, but I'm going to start, if you don't mind, or do you want me to finish with you, Sarah?
I don't care. You can
Too
start.
late. We're starting with you.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah has an announcement.
Yeah, literally like half an hour ago, I got called up by someone that I interviewed with. They work at a company called Funrise, and they're a toy design company. So I'm gonna be starting Monday as a freelancer, and that's gonna be going on for about 3 months. So I'm excited about that. And I also graduated
Congratulations.
a couple weeks ago. But yeah.
A dream.
Yeah.
I'm always excited when people Saber says that it makes me feel good on the inside, but people who deserve it when they get the opportunity, I really enjoy it.
I was all excited because Sarah's gonna end up making more money.
See, I'm like
than I
going
am.
to my catalog of like pitches and ideas. I'm like, Sarah, my good friend Sarah. Here's my newest idea for tomorrow. That's just a wiener bitten in half, leaning against a can.
We'll call it a dildo.
I'm glad you went the high road.
When don't die.
And I'm just gonna put in this last minute food tweet. Mr. Luigi, bringing on the podcast. My cracked pepper chicken is ready, and it looks super good.
Nice. Awesome. So how was everyone's week? Anyone free to go?
I can leave, thank God. All right, see ya. It was week's still going on. It's been productive trying to get a video out for tomorrow. One of my biggest ones yet, and I'm very proud of it, and I hope people like it.
Nice. Paleo, what have you been up to?
Not much. Doing videos. I tried out ARMS. The
No.
new game on
Just
Switch.
stop right there. Just arms. Try out your arms.
I tried out my arms. Yeah.
So much better than 4 legs.
Yeah. It's a silly little weird sort of like over the shoulder fighting game. And I also saw Pirates, which I'm sure we're going to talk about in a bit. What else did I do this week? Well, last
Barbie
week,
in the Dream House.
Oh yeah, I did watch a bit of that. Yeah, that's actually it's really funny.
There was a recent episode where he talks about depression that people praise for being mature and I don't know,
Oh really?
keeping it real.
I feel like Barbie's that thing, like, I should kind of stop, like, dissing in my head and, like, actually watch it. Feels like it's, like, doing a thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is totally doing a thing.
Or is it just an inside joke everyone's in on except you, Hirosashii? And then you're going to fall for it. Watch it.
I don't
It's
think
like
depression's
my
an
little
inside
homies.
joke.
Yeah, we almost had him.
Well, the depression thing, that was like a separate series. It was like a Barbie vlog thing. That was something like completely different animation too. But yeah, and I was also watching a bit of F is for Family earlier because that had its new season come out yesterday.
I am making my
On
way through that
Netflix.
too. It is good.
Yeah,
I don't think you guys would like it, to be honest. It's crude,
yeah,
but
very.
in a way that is like it's a good. I told Paleo this. It's a good period piece because it's from like the 1970s.
Yeah, it's about a family in the 70s.
And you'd think it's a Family Guy clone, being like a family sitcom animated show, but it's a lot smarter. It has Bill Burr. He's a very clever guy who does writing and directing on the show. It has some great characters. It's a lot more loyal to what a family unit behaves like outside of, because like Family Guy and Simpsons are like really outrageous. So yeah, I recommend it, but again, it might be a bit too crude for y'all's taste.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
all
and,
of us, as in like everybody except for you and Paleo?
Just the girls. No,
You can show
no,
yourself.
no. I know. I don't know if he would care for it. Race
No,
doesn't watch
Hero,
anything,
you like Bill Burr
really.
though, right?
I do like Bill Burr, yeah.
Yeah, so I
you
think
like
you'd
it.
like it.
I like his
Um,
stand-up. That's all I watch of him, though.
He's a One Punch
Yeah.
Man fan.
A lot of
Mhm.
a lot of the jokes in the show are very similar to his stand-up. So
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, the weekend before I saw Alien Covenant,
Uh-huh.
and the more I think back on it, the more I hate the movie.
a lot of people are of that opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad wanted to see it, but I haven't heard anything recently. I don't know if he changed his mind.
so I guess there's that. But
Did you like it or did you just not hate it?
I had fun watching it, and that's what mattered to me. It
Those
felt
are
like
the-
it was trying a lot to be the first Alien and not doing as good of a job.
Yeah,
But, like,
though
I mean, in the grand scheme of Alien, it was certainly better than the fourth movie. Which
yeah,
isn't saying much, but like I had a good time watching it, and if I had the opportunity to watch it again without having to pay for it, then I'd take it.
Okay. Well, that bodes well. I've heard of some people, like, again, I follow a box office forum quite heavily, and I have seen those kind of opinions with movies where it's like some people hate it, other people's like, what are you talking about? So yeah.
This
I guess
is a
it's
funny
better
post.
though.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's always better. I always think it's much better when people are forming their own opinion as opposed to just going with the consensus of like, oh well, this is what everyone else is saying. So
Fair.
yeah.
There's a funny post in Imgur that had like this gif of this like officer like running through a hallway looking like super confused and like he's panicking, and it said like my reaction when I see the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but the raccoon doesn't show up and one of the aliens just ate somebody.
I'm confused.
They thought they saw Guardians of the Galaxy, but they saw Alien.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. All right.
wow. Yeah.
I was like, what aliens ate what? Gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean the best Alien movie this year was called Life.
Yep.
I guess nobody saw that.
I actually did see Life. I'll just give you.
I thought I disconnected. I'm like, all right, that's that.
Is it bad that I don't know if everyone else was in my same boat, but I honestly had to sit back and go, which one was life?
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
oh
me,
yeah,
'cause,
that one.
I mean, I don't watch alien movies really.
It sounds so much more innocent than it is of a movie.
It's the serotonin of life. Actually, I do have a couple. No, I'll ask it later in the podcast. But I got some discussion things I want to ask you all for
Ooh.
for some topics. So as you were.
Anybody else?
Hirosashii, anything
Yeah.
anything new with you?
I'll just like run down the list. Work's going well. I deployed a big application that I worked hard on, so I'm excited about that.
Nice.
Over the weekend, I went to a local anime convention and I bought a Super Nintendo game in the box called Uniracers. I'm super excited about adding to my collection because I've been wanting it for a while. Monster Hunter Double Cross got announced for the Nintendo Switch, which I'm a big ol' heaping nerd for. So I'm really excited for Monster Hunter. Oh my goodness. And I think a guy at work is hitting on me, and it's kind of weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you tell him to back off yet, or no?
Wait, again?
But yeah, no, it's the same guy.
Okay.
I haven't seen him yet, so I haven't gotten the chance to. But yeah, it's
one of those kinds of stalkers.
Those are the worst kind.
Yeah, when I see him again, I'm gonna have to set that straight. Just I don't want it.
Stop being gay.
It's not even like it's honestly the same as if a girl was hitting on me and I didn't want it. Just I don't want it. So no, thank you.
I'm not into sausage and soda. Thank you very much.
I'm not into people that I've said like 100 words to. That's
Wow.
yeah.
Every relationship starts with someone that you only said 100 words to, Hiro.
You're right.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, unless you never get to that point.
May I remind you of like endowed like marriages?
Okay.
That's the thing.
It's true.
Unfortunately, it still is.
Saber, how's your week?
Wait, I had a quick thing. I had a friend. She was teaching in Africa, and
She was teaching the entirety of Africa.
I didn't say teaching
not
in
teaching.
Africa. She was. I said there was a preposition there.
Oh, was there in? Excuse me, I didn't hear. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha.
Teaching the entire continent of Africa.
Yes.
Get their shit together. No, she was teaching in Africa. I think it was somewhere on the West Coast. But whenever she'd walk around the city, she said all these like guys would run up to her and be like, "Listen, I want you to marry my son." I forget. I think it's called a dowry. And they're like, "I'd give you 20 goats and 3 cows to marry my son." And she's like, "I'm flattered. I'm flattered, but no, thank you." And then they realize that's an American citizen. Yeah.
Was she blonde?
She was white-skinned, brown hair, I think blue eyes.
Okay. The reason I ask is that my mom lived in Egypt for a few years. She actually went to high school there because the whole family moved out to Egypt, and she went to school up there. And she said that like having blonde hair in Egypt, it's like the equivalent of basically carrying around gold. Like people are just like, "Oh my god," and they want to touch the gold. And
It's
I guess
insane.
like,
They prize that stuff. Like they look at it as a rarity.
yeah. Except she has purple hair.
I knew you'd say that. I just knew it.
I
You
can't.
knew.
I can't even hear the word rarity anymore. I can't even listen to that word.
I was gonna make a really awful joke.
Do it.
I was gonna say like a black guy in Japan.
You know, I was thinking that because because Draft went over to Japan and he said like Japanese people like to stare and like they like get in little groups and they stare at you and just kind of observe you.
I'm imagining like this group of meerkat people just like
I'd get like a super soaker and just be like, "Bah!" and just like,
So
spraying it.
if Japan was a furry, it would be a meerkat.
Good night,
Almost
everybody.
One meerkat.
Does anybody else have anything?
Laura, what's
for
new
the
with you?
week?
Not really anything interesting to report, unfortunately. Not like unfortunate, like oh, it's been miserable. It's just like I just don't have anything super exciting to talk about. If you guys I'll have your interesting things to discuss.
You bought
Sometimes
some
it's-
pants.
Hey!
I did buy some pants.
Nice.
They're Bob's
Bob's
Burgers
Burgers.
yoga pants. So,
Bob's
pretty
Burger
excited
yoga
for those
pants?
to come in the mail.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's for when
Huh.
you like Bob's Burgers and yoga.
I actually only like one of those things.
I have to decide which one it is. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
you're a big
I'm trying to
yoga
figure
It's a mystery.
fan. Let's go with the animated series.
It's probably
Yes.
a safe
As far as I go, new stuff for the week. Sarah, help me out if I'm forgetting anything. But I was out in Santa Maria. I already forgot something.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't get far. No, I was out in Santa Maria over the weekend. Was covering a racing event out there. God, I'm losing track of like everything. What was I doing 2 weeks ago?
You got stung by a bee.
That's right. That's right. Sarah graduated 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. It was pretty much right after the Semi-Perfect Pod from a couple weeks
Did
back.
I miss something? I thought
What?
you just said you got stung by a bee.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Yeah, you graduated." I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, no, you
that's
did-
the way his mind works.
It scared me. I'm like, "Oh my, there it is. The Alzheimer's. It's happening right now."
No, so what happened was Sarah's parents were in town. That's why I was like, what was going on last week? And for some reason, the entire weekend just is like not even there. And because we were having so much fun celebrating Sarah's graduation, why do you say it like that?
It just cause you're like, oh, I don't remember anything from that week.
I'm joking. But yeah, so what happened was on Sunday night, we decided to see Guardians of the Galaxy, and her parents hadn't seen it, so we're like, all right, let's go check it out. And we have an area right by our apartment where there's always a bunch of dead bees on the ground, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I decided to wear shorts. It was a hot day, and all of a sudden, like, I don't know if you guys ever feel it, where like some like leg hair will get caught on clothing, and
Oh
it
my
just like
God,
pinches
yeah.
briefly. But you know, once you like move around, that goes away. For this, all of a sudden I felt that, I'm like, and then I like started moving, and the pain got worse and worse. And I'm like, what the hell? And all of a sudden, I never saw the bee, but I lifted up my shorts, and the bee had flown into my shorts and stung my like knee area.
Yeah.
To which, you know, very quickly realizing how lucky I was that it didn't sting anywhere else inside my shorts.
You mean your penis? Sorry, that's my
The high
Guardians of the
road.
Galaxy.
And yeah, like my whole knee swelled up the following day, and like I could barely walk. It was weird. It was actually a lot more intense than I expected it to be, because I was just kind of like pissed, like, oh, that hurt, and it kind of hurt still. But like I think that's the worst reaction to a bee sting I've had. Like I think I've been stung 4 or 5 times, maybe
Oh
more.
my God, how?
I was a very outdoorsy individual as a kid. So like, well, I remember the first time I got stung because like there's this bee floating in the pool. And I just watched it as it floated towards my skin, and I didn't even think anything of it. I was just like, oh, and it somehow floated perfectly to where it stung me.
Yeah.
I figured like it needed to be alive to sting me, or you know, at least have some momentum. It just was like, nope. And I was like, damn it. And I watched it happen.
I was stung by like a dozen wasps once.
Oh, my little sister had a similar experience. She sat down. She was like 3 years old. We had just arrived at a camping spot. She sat down, and where did she sit? Right on top of a wasp nest.
Oh my god.
And she got like attacked. And so yeah, my parents had to run and take her to the hospital. And
Aren't those kinds of insects just the greatest? The hive mind ones that are like, there you go, we don't give an absolute fuck about ourselves. We're going to just sting the hell out of you, though. Like, yeah, you're bigger. Yeah, you may swat us, but
She
you're going to
sits
hurt.
down on the hive. Hive cluster's being attacked.
Oh my God.
no, it was I mean, it was obviously bad, but she's still with us, so she did okay. Yeah, no, I agree. I hate those little fuckers though. Those things, I just they're like suicide bombers. They're like, hey, we're gonna come in and just like, I don't care if we die, we're gonna get you. Yeah, I mean they come in, they're going for you.
Did Paleo just make
all turbans.
Make a what?
you just
Wow.
make a Zerg joke?
Yes.
He did.
Wow, you play like 17 games of StarCraft. You think you're good enough to make a StarCraft joke?
Whenever I hear
just know how
Zerg,
to reference it now.
I automatically think of Buzz Lightyear's Zerg whenever I hear that name.
Same.
Yeah, Emperor Zerg. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, anyways, yeah, that's what's new with me. I will say this, but I can't carry too much info with it yet. But keep an eye out. I have a convention announcement that's going to be coming out soon. So that's something.
Is it
to
BronyCon?
add. It's not, but it's a Brony convention.
Is it BronyCon?
Not yet. But yeah, no, I'm actually I'm excited to see what this one brings. Like I said, the announcement should be coming out very soon. It's just a matter of, you know, dotting some T's and crossing some J's.
What?
Yep. So, Saber, you said you had a question. Do you want to bring it up now, or do you want to save it for a little bit later?
Yeah, what con are you going to? Let's talk about the episode, and then we can talk about the other question stuff later.
All right, well,
All
there's
right.
2 episodes. First one's Parental Guidance, where we get to meet Rainbow Dash's parents.
Wait, before we begin, everyone's caught up. We're good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. As you were.
Okay. And then the second one is Hard to Say Anything, which is a rehash of Hearts and Hooves Day, pretty much, where
There it is.
Big Matt yet again has another love interest because they can't seem to, either create a new boy character or use somebody else.
So I just had this like heart-stopping moment where I realized I'm like, I haven't watched a My Little Pony episode this week, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm not
You
going to
watched
even
it
be
at-
able to talk about this. And then I realized, oh yeah, we watched that at Everfree.
Yes, we did.
so yeah.
So,
So
do we want to start with parental guidance? Talk about that a little bit,
yes,
or
Let's do it.
opinions.
Sure.
yes.
I like the design of Rainbow Dash's mom. She's really adorable.
Yeah, she's cute.
She's
Milf.
Who brings fireworks?
Yeah, I know.
I think they would have gotten kicked out at security, right?
They absolutely would have.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so I have to admit, like, I think it depends on your parents or even just one parent doing this kind of thing. But there were a couple times where I actually could, I don't know, I don't want to say completely relate to this because that's obviously an extreme. But I think, what this, I don't know. I got what they were going for. I mean, we all might have, but
Yeah.
like for example, my dad gets really excited about his kids, and it's adorable. But sometimes I have to like kind of reel him back. Where like an example here, I mentioned that I was out covering a racing event this past weekend, and we're hours away from home, way out of town, and we happen to run into some people that know of the track that we do all destruction stuff at, and the people we're talking to clearly say that the event that they go to is an event that I never go to. It's the drag racing they have out at the track. So like, oh yeah, and my dad immediately jumps into like, oh well, then you definitely know my son. He does all this stuff, and I'm like, no, they're not gonna have a clue who I am. They don't know who I am, and my dad's just going on like, no.
Yeah, like
I mean, it's like I said.
At the start of the episode, I was like, oh, well, now we know where Rainbow Dash's ego came from.
Yep.
Them praising like every little thing that she does, like it's like the best thing ever. And then it took a weird turn where like it tried to convince the audience that Rainbow Dash was embarrassed by their constant praise. But I'm like, I don't know. Like the way that she is, and like how she's always applauding herself, like, oh yeah, I'm so awesome. I'm like, I find that kind of hard to believe that she would. I mean, I guess at some certain extent, I think we're all embarrassed with our parents to a certain extent. But I was like,
That just makes me look forward to being a parent.
No, okay, real talk though. The common theme with almost every single Rainbow Dash problem is people aren't communicating. Parents should be told to back off, and parents should say, "We just want to support you, but we'll tone it down." So yeah, I don't know. It's a recurring thing here, and I'm getting tired of it.
She's still the best character.
No, she's not.
I mean, I think we can all agree that Rainbow Dash is the best pony. And anyone that disagrees is just wrong, but that's okay too. That's okay.
Zootopia's alright.
Wow.
Yeah, I went there.
That's showing
You had to pull something that personal into this.
I mean, we all know
no,
Gummy's the best character.
Who?
Gummy.
Gummy. I have to admit, like, I love Rainbow Dash, but there are a lot of times where I'm like, no, don't handle this way. This was one of those episodes.
I feel like anyone's favorite pony kind of ends up in that situation, though. I feel like that's just like
Yeah.
Except Applejack.
them having. No, there are episodes where I'm like, AJ, not like
Yeah,
this.
remember
no.
that one episode last season where she was like doing these incredibly complicated things
Yeah.
for her
That's a
routine?
flaw, yeah.
Yeah.
AJ's my favorite, but I'm like, sweetie, no.
Yep. So it was interesting to see her parents. Unfortunately, I will say that Unfortunately, I found out that her parents were going to be showing up before the episode aired. So,
Yes.
just a reminder for anybody if you're ever, at a convention, to not mention something
real
that's
quickly,
popping up.
Yeah, it's probably better to stay quiet and not spoil it for others. But that being said, can we confirm now that Scootaloo is an orphan or not? Because she is.
I think it was heavily implied by what, I can't remember exactly what she said, but I'm pretty sure it's heavily implied that she does not have parents.
Well, she's
She
saying
might
things.
have at some point, but I don't know.
I hope so at some point. Otherwise,
Well,
what
yeah,
would
I
she
know,
do,
but I mean, I'm saying she might have had them at some point, as in, I don't know
known them?
Yeah. Yeah,
Gotcha.
actually knew them at some point in her life, rather than, being left on a doorstep at an orphanage or whatever.
It'd be cool if she had siblings instead
They
of
died.
That character arc has so much potential. The way they've set it up, she's a really actually kind of sad. Yeah, Scootaloo. She's actually really a sad character.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
actually what
Well-
the movie's gonna be about.
Scootaloo.
Yeah, no, I'm making this up.
I'd be interested, really, if it was. They have so much they can explore there.
Yeah, I agree. She's got potential because she's not only has she been, I guess, in a way disabled because of her wings, but she's also, from what I know, an orphan. I was still really hopeful. There's certain parents where I'm kind of let down. I'm like, oh, well, it's kind of lame. I was really hoping for Fluttershy's parents, her father, to be a drill sergeant.
I was so ready for it. I had it in my head. I was the headcanon was so strong.
Yeah, I was totally there for that one. I was like,
it was a missed opportunity.
Voiced by the guy who's a sergeant from Full Metal Jacket. I think that would have been fantastic. But oh well, the writers had other ideas in mind.
You've seen everyone's parents now, yeah?
Not
Applejack's, yeah.
Yeah.
They heavily imply that they are deceased.
We haven't seen Celestia's.
We haven't seen the
Oh,
episode.
that would be amazing! If not a little.
If they're dead, well, I think Lauren wanted to make an episode where they confirm that they're dead, but the network shied away from it. They're like, no, we're not talking about dead ponies. So,
But
We
think
don't
of
want
the
this show
merchandise.
to be that deep.
You can. Oh my God!
Meaningful.
Worst
Dead
toy
horse.
idea, Sarah. Sarah, I have your first toy idea ready to go. It's gonna be Applejack's parents, and it's gonna come with a shovel.
I will not have
Okay.
the authority
God.
to present ideas.
And you get to bury her parents. It's so interactive.
No.
And then we can keep selling more because they keep losing them. It's great.
All right. Well,
Yes.
next episode. Hard to say anything.
you did not like this episode, Sarah.
I don't like it. I just it's another. It's weird. It's so weird. I fucking just wish that the CMCs just left Big Mac alone. Leave him alone.
Big Mac's finally, I've gained the courage to talk to this girl and cultivate a relationship. And what's that, Big Mac? Your dick ain't wet. I would have loved it. He's like, oh no, get away from me, no. He's running from them, leave me alone. That'd be a great episode.
Nah, I don't know.
mean-
For me, I'm just like, man, how many different ponies are we gonna pair Big Mac up with?
Yeah.
Is he the only? I mean, granted, I'm sure there's something that's quite appealing about him, but he's just a sugar daddy.
He's the male character. He's a bachelor. That's his thing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I was never super into the cheerly Big Mac shit, but I don't know. Just kind of in the back of my head, I was kind of yeah, they kind of go out. But I feel like they implied that a little bit,
They
or maybe
did.
I'm just whack. I don't know.
They
Yeah,
did, and
they
not
did.
only that, they also bring it up in this episode. The CMCs are
Right.
like, "What about Cheryl Lee?"
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, what about Cheerilee? Like, I felt like y'all like had a little thing. I don't know, but I guess
No,
not.
it's a much bigger than little thing. Trust me, Hiro.
I mean, my opinion of this episode isn't really based on like, oh, Big Mac's not with Cheerilee. Like, I don't care who he ends up with. Like,
She wants him with Fluttershy.
Sugar Belle is fine. She's cute. I like her. But
We all know he
like this
belongs
whole
with
episode
Rayburn.
was just dumb to me.
With who?
Rayburn, his cousin.
Yeah, no.
At least you didn't say Applejack.
No.
Could have been worse.
People
I
draw
hated
things sometimes.
Featherbangs. I know he's
Who's that?
voiced by the Justin Bieber pony, pretty much.
I love that dude for like all the worst reasons. It's like, look at this idiot. Oh my god, I love him.
I actually
love
felt.
the hair flips.
I actually was like, oh, yeah, I like how the moral of the story is: you can't get the one girl, then you'll get three.
Like the Gaston thing going on.
Those girls, like, what we talked about that.
Definitely the Gaston
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, Gaston.
Nor Mermaid says that Featherbangs looked like Mando Pony with frosted tips.
All right, so now
Yeah.
that it's been brought up, that's the immediate like jump I went to. I was like, holy crap, this is like a Mando pony.
Mando Pony.
Like all they were missing was a mandolin.
Yeah. Well, didn't he play like some sort of guitar? At some point?
Yeah, well, he was like a boy band pony.
Yeah.
It was weird. Like you said, Justin Bieber pony. But yeah.
Well, it's creepy when they're like, I love you, Germ, I love you. It's like, dude, this is like fucking like this met you like a week ago. Like, calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. That one went in some weird directions, and I would have been totally okay with like it being more of a rejection episode than anything else.
Yeah. Just being like, y'all are fuckos. You're acting like weird.
Oh, Sarah, this is great.
Creeps.
I don't know.
Is that like a cereal?
Bunch of fucking losers.
Like I was like, because it kind of seemed like, you know, Sugar Belle was like, yeah, both of y'all can kind of piss off by, but of course Big Man had to make her a shelf, and she's like, oh, a shelf.
You remember the one thing I like. how
Remember
many
the
lines
thing
did
that
she
I
have?
broke? Well, I fixed it, made it a little bit better.
Wow.
Because I was about to call the insurance company.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yep. Well, so those were that. I might as well bring this up now if we want to. Again, we're not going to discuss any spoilers or any key moments or anything that people might not have known. What?
I just realization struck me what you were talking about.
About pirates?
Oh no, sorry. I wasn't paying attention through the beginning part. I thought you were about to like go on to hinting at something that was also pony related, but never mind.
I don't even know what, but no. I was like, man, I thought
Oh, wait,
you liked the movie more
wait.
than that.
Before we move on to pirates, there's
Okay.
something else pony related that
Yeah.
made me laugh and also made me like facepalm really hard. Apparently, people were getting up in arms because they found out that Coco Pamel had a name change
Oh.
and now she's only Miss Pamel. Because I guess the Coco Chanel people were like, hey, no.
That background pony is threatening our brand.
Yeah, Sarah told me about this, and you know, like my immediate reaction, like if there is, you know, kind of a meltdown happening, is guys, they changed Derpy's name. Look how much it affected us. Ooh, everyone still calls her Derpy.
Yeah.
All right.
Down for real is a meltdown.
I had some people sending me tweets like, can you believe this? And I'm just like, yeah.
What's the matter with them?
I think that they had like changed her name. I thought they were just being polite.
Where's
No,
the
they actually changed her name.
tolerance?
Someone tweeted Big Jim, and he said, oh yeah, it had to be changed for legal reasons or whatever the fuck.
None of it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a thing that happens. I'm really just unaffected by it. I don't care.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah,
Nah, it's
all right,
just-
pirates.
Okay, so again, we're not going to discuss any spoilers. It's still a new movie. Who here has seen the movie?
Me.
I have.
Okay, so that makes 3 of us.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm curious about this because I think Paleo and I are on the opposite sides of the spectrum here.
Well, not complete opposite.
Well, I
No.
think
Okay,
I think
well,
I definitely do not like hate the movie.
Oh, okay. I guess that's a good
I
start.
think as far as this movie stands, I think me and Paleo are kind of in the same boat. I did watch your video, Paleo, and I think you and I are. I like the Pirates franchise, and I was excited for this movie, but I kind of feel like it was just, it was okay. It's probably my least favorite of the series. Sad
Where
to
would
say.
you put it, Paleo?
I don't know, because I haven't really seen the other films in a very long time. Like most of the films, I've only seen in theaters once. So
Interesting.
I saw a bit of the first one when I was playing on TV the other day. I was like, oh, that really holds up. But I haven't really seen the other films like since their release.
We watched all 4 of the movies just before this one came out, so we were like, all right. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Pirate series, and I can confirm that like during the 4th movie there were times where I was kind of had like the whole like cocking my head to the side like, okay. I still find enjoyment in all the movies. But this one, for me, I found to be the funniest of any of the ones. I felt like they put a lot more into the humor into this movie than they have in the previous 4. So it was kind of a different direction in that sense. I feel like action-wise, it probably compares closest to the 4th movie, but like humor-wise, I thought it was like the funniest one of them. Obviously, they went for that aspect. Like these movies aren't known necessarily for like the comedy hit of the year, but I had some really good laughs with this one. I mean, we saw it twice. I think it's probably as many times as I'm going to see it in theaters, but I wanted to see it again. There's a lot that happens in this movie that has me super wanting a 6th movie to happen.
Oh, you're gonna get it, dude. You can...
I hope so.
What? We made money? Let's just make another.
It is starting to do its job. The big question is going to be how it holds up against Wonder Woman this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Well, with only female screenings, they will make us half as much money.
Isn't there just only one of those?
Yes,
That's all it takes, Sarah. That's all it takes.
I am obviously joking, and obviously
Lebanon banned the movie.
Yeah, those guys are uptight as fuck.
Yeah, like hours before it was about to premiere. What assholes?
Yeah.
Wait, who banned it?
Lebanon.
Why?
Just
Because
too
Gadot
power-
is Israeli.
Oh my
Well, let's see that movie make a lot of money now. That
Oh
world.
god, we need that $75.
Exactly.
Oh, there's a funny. So, are you guys fans of okay? So there's a funny scene from Star Wars: Attack of the Clone Wars, where do y'all remember the arena scene, where like where Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Padme are fighting
Yeah.
the monsters?
Yeah.
Well, there's a scene where Padme runs up the block and she like kicks the little lion creature, and then that Newt Gunray goes, "She can't do that. Shoot her," or something. Someone screen capped Newt Gunray saying that to Count Dooku, and they had Newt Gunray with a Marvel face, and Count Dooku is Disney. So Marvel's pointing at Wonder Woman, going, "They can't do that. Shoot them," or something. Because they're like freaking out, like, "Oh god, they're getting good ratings now."
Oh no!
Shoot
No,
her, or something.
Well, that's the thing is like what's been interesting about the whole Wonder Woman deal is I wouldn't have known this had I not watched it myself, but that the like Wonder Woman first shows up. It's kind of like a Marvel, what would you call it? Marvel reveal type of thing they have going on, where she essentially is like she's in Batman versus Superman, and actually has a much more prominent role than I realized. But that movie like did like the last like 3 or 4 DC movies. I know for sure the last 2 did terrible with critics, and so that was like a lot of
Because they
people were
were
like,
terrible.
"Uh-oh, how's this one gonna do?" But it's doing okay.
Yeah, it's doing way more than okay. It's got like 97% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
97.
Yeah.
They
No.
need this. They need this so bad.
Oh, it went down to 94, but that's still really good.
Unwatchable.
It's still.
I was gonna say
anything above 90% is really good.
Yeah.
no. No. Well, I mean, anything above 30%, I think is good.
You're only saying that because of the way Pirates is right now.
Pirates. I will say to put like in on the discussion with Pirates again, since we're not discussing like spoilers or anything, it obviously limits how much we could talk about outside of how we felt. Paleo, again, you have a review up on your channel that people can check out. But I should put up a review with me just gushing about it. Oh no, but I was gonna say, for anyone that's a fan of the Pirates movies, especially of the first 3, you should not hesitate to see this movie. I mean, like, Paleo, would you say you had fun with this movie?
Yeah, I had fun with it.
Yeah, like it's not a movie that's gonna make you go, oh wow, I got to rethink my life. But it's just it's basically what you call like a fun summer blockbuster, and essentially for me it did what it needed to do. I will say this: if they were to make, like, for a lot of movie franchises, I'm okay with them just going, and like this one, for example, Pirates. I'd be like, I'm someone who'd be like, yeah, bring on 10 more. But at the same time, if they wanted to set it up to where this 6th movie is like the finale of the franchise, which, who knows if they would ever declare, oh, this is it. I would love it if they did a combination of things. I won't discuss some of plot points because they involve the movie, but I really would like to see Gore Verbinski back, the director of the first 3 movies. I'd love for him to come back. I don't know if that's even in the realm of possibility. I don't know if he's written off as
I'm not sure what he's working on now.
Too bad. And then I would want Hans Zimmer back to do the music.
The last thing I remember Gore Verbinski doing was Rango.
The last thing I remember, but it's just because of me paying enough attention to movies lately, is that he did that. I didn't see it, if that's what you're referring to, movies you've seen, but he did A Cure for Wellness.
Oh yeah, is that horror movie?
I don't know what it is. I never saw it.
Yeah, I've heard about it and like how weird it is. So yeah,
it didn't do well. It didn't do very well, I think, either critically or monetarily. Gore also made a movie, and it was the last movie I think he made for Disney. And this is where some people might groan. He made Lone Ranger. Okay, no groans. But that was a movie that did not do very well. So that's another movie that, as far as critics go, I mean, I heard the biggest complaint about Lone Ranger being, it was well, I guess there were other complaints, but about the length, about it being too long. But I enjoyed it. So a lot of people, though, I'm seeing a lot of people saying that they love
Jesus. Lone Ranger is 2 hours and 30 minutes?
Oh, fuck that.
That's too long.
Oh, you babies. Come on. Titanic is like
Two
VHS tapes.
Yeah, it's 2
Yeah.
VHS tapes.
I mean, but like, if they want to make it like a new
But
franchise,
Return of
that
the
wouldn't take
King
movie
is
that long.
good.
Like even the first, well, no, never mind. First Pirates movie is like 2.5 hours.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep. The first.
But Yeah, the first Pirates movie was like really well received though.
It was two.
Good.
That was two. Wait, the first Pirates was 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 2 hours and 23 minutes.
Theatrical.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. How about that? It was-
Yeah. No, I was surprised too, because Sarah and I, when we went to like watch these movies, we had to watch 2 of them on the same day, and that's when I realized how long these movies were. I was like, oh, because like the second one is almost that long. I think the third one is the longest one.
Yeah, the
It's
third
over
one
2.5
says,
hours.
Yeah, 2 hours and 49 minutes.
Yeah, almost 3 hours. And then the fourth one is I think about 2:20. This one comes in at just over 2 hours.
Yeah.
So it's the shortest of the franchise, and I've seen a lot of people say that helped with this movie also, that it didn't drag itself too long. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's just, I don't know what it is, but I just love these movies, and I loved this one too. And like I said, it actually like has me thinking more than any of the previous Pirates movies. Like I imagine after the second one, when Barbossa like is reintroduced, that one had me going, what? And it's like my favorite ending of a Pirates movie because of like he was my favorite, or at least one of my favorite pirates. I'm like, how are they ever gonna top Barbossa? And they're like, we're not. We're just gonna bring him back. And I'm like, oh. But yeah, this one, if you see the movie, as with every Pirates movie, this isn't really a spoiler at all, but there is a scene at the end. So if you
How
see
dare
it,
you.
I know now the movie's ruined. Jeez.
Sarah, whenever you go to the movies with Race, do you ever like sit there like kind of like shaking, like please don't be in the Zootopia?
Sometimes.
There you go. That's
You're
me.
gonna have flashbacks.
Sometimes. What was the last movie that you were like has there been a movie that you were like, I hope not?
I mean, I kind of was a little bit convinced that this Pirates movie was going to be it. Because you were like, oh, should we see it in IMAX? And kept joking about going to see it in IMAX. And I know that's like
Well,
pretty much
I
how
heard-
Zootopia started. And I'm like, fuck.
No, I've heard a lot of.
Sarah's washing the dishes and a single tear falls into the I'm not strong enough.
I heard some people, or I read about where people were talking about this movie actually looks really good in IMAX, and I was like, well, crap, because like since Wonder Woman's coming out, it's gonna be taking up all the IMAX theaters. So
Yeah,
I
it
was like,
will.
oh, so if I wanted to see it, there it went, but I'm okay with not. Like I'm just like like I said, I really wanted to see it the second time just to kind of. I feel like the first time you watch a movie is kind of a different experience than every other time you watch a movie. That's really
Yeah,
obvious.
it really is.
But like because you don't know what's coming, so you don't know, you can't, I feel like, fully appreciate all the setups because you don't know what is a setup and what isn't for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, like I just wanted to see it one more time and be able to really grasp it. Plus we saw it with Tommy and some friends, so that was fun. Tommy, by the way, actually this will be the last point I make. Tommy, as the previews are popping up, I turned to him. I'm like, "Hey, so have you seen the fourth movie?" And he looked at me. He's like, "There's been 4." And I'm like, "What's the last thing you remember?" And whatever he told me, he remembered. It was like I was like, "What the hell movie was that even from?" Like, I'm like, "What are you talking about?" But like he said, it was the one where all the ships were coming after him, and I'm like, "What?"
the franchise?
So it turns out that he's only seen up to the second movie. So I'm like, "Oh boy!" So he hadn't even seen the third one.
That's Waterworld. What are you watching?
It was interesting to hear his perspective because essentially he was going into it not knowing a lot of the references that were being made. And I'm not saying like, oh, you have to have seen a lot of the movies. This is where I found out that from his standpoint, he's like, honestly, without getting like the references that, I was getting, so to speak, he said that it was a fun movie. Like he still really enjoyed it. And I'm like, okay, cool. So at least I know if someone asked me, do I need to see the previous Pirates movies? I'd say you should, but at the same time, you can enjoy this movie without having seen essentially the previous movies. So there's that. You probably would have wanted to at least see the going into this. But definitely the first 3, if I could say, and then 4 has references. Anyways, so that's Pirates. Go see it. Don't see any other movie, just Pirates and Zootopia if it ever comes back out. The end. I'm curious to hear what Saber's topics are.
Yeah.
Questions.
Oh God, what were they? I can't remember.
Oh no.
You know what? I say let's do some Q&A because we haven't had a good like half-hour Q&A in a while. So let's hit it.
Okay. Well,
I'm not
everybody
going to
send in
disagree
your
with you.
cues.
Like I said, I'm not going to disagree with you. Although we did have a pretty good Q&A session last time.
Paleo disagrees.
All right, I'm gonna pull up some questions here. Paleo.
I'm waiting for the 9. He always gets to 8, but he never gets to 9.
I like how everyone. I'm looking at Twitter when Saber said, "Oh no, What did you say about Zootopia?"
This is dumb.
Crap, no. Zootopia Place.
Hmm?
And everyone was like, thinking, because I made the tweet saying that I saw the movie for a second time.
Oh.
And it left me needing another. Saber said Zootopia's been replaced. And you know what I can't find is the image set where she rolls up and goes, ha ha ha, no. I'm like, why doesn't that exist? I need that. I need that reaction. Anyways, all right, let's see here. Question. I saw one. My phone's going off. Oh well. Oh, it's because of Twitter. Jessica, here we go. Jessica McCartney says, "What kind of new PC games do you guys enjoy playing?"
Night in the Woods. I just finished it for the second time yesterday night. It's good. I love it.
And you think my obsession was Zootopia?
Oh, shut up.
My dude, you have seen Zootopia like 40 some odd times. She has played this game twice.
My point exactly, Hirosashii.
And also The Long Dark. It's getting its story mode first episode in August, so I'm excited about that.
I like the Telltale. I like those style of games where like you have a story, but you can manipulate where it goes and.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they recently released a Guardians of the Galaxy one.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So that's cool. I've just mainly been playing Overwatch and also started playing StarCraft.
Yay.
My boy.
Yeah. And also I just retweeted this thing earlier that I think is hilarious. It's this game called Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator.
Yes.
And you just put a bunch of random like things against each other. And the thing that I want a YouTuber I follow called Lazy Game Reviews, he posted a thing that was like 10,000 chickens versus 20 T-Rexes.
That's what that was. Okay.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, and you can put like it's just a lot of weird stuff against each other, like Roman soldiers and like World War II soldiers. And
Well, there goes your panel, Saber. Who would win?
we just play that game for the panel.
that sounds amazing. I'd go to that panel.
A middle-aged Deadpool or a Cheez-It box.
For my
Okay.
super weeby answer,
Yes.
I've been playing a visual novel called Koi Kakeru Shinai Kanojo, and it's pretty good so far. It's really I don't know why visual novels are fun. They're just books with pictures. But like, I've been playing a lot of them recently.
Nice.
Mr. Oh, did anyone else have an answer for that?
I guess not.
Mr. No Name asks, thoughts on Animaniacs getting a reboot, and do you think it will be CGI?
God, I fucking hope it's not like.
I don't think it's
CGI.
gonna be CGI. But I mean, I guess I could be wrong.
I didn't know that was happening.
What's Animaniacs?
You know what Animaniacs is. A quake. A quake.
Be careful how loud
You
you
sing
sing
that
that.
song.
We're in California.
You sing that song all the time. I swear to God.
No, I don't sing the song. I hum the tune, which is actually from Wizard of Oz. Mind you.
Sure.
Wait, how does the thing go again?
He's not singing the theme. He's singing a song from the show.
Yeah, that song. Can you hum it for me?
Earthquake. Earthquake.
I thought that was from Hey Arnold. Oh my goodness. We're rats. We're rats. We're very important.
It probably is.
Truth be told, I'm saying it's from Wizard of Oz, but I have no.
Look
I don't think it's from Wizard of
rats.
Oz. I don't
No,
remember any sort of melody
now
from
do I
that.
need to pull it up for you, sir?
Fine,
I was gonna say though that it is probably based on obviously like a different like orchestral piece, and then that was used in Wizard of Oz. But I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay. I
Like,
don't
I've
think it was
definitely heard
Wizard of
those
Oz,
notes
but
in that
alright.
sequence.
All right. So did everyone get their thoughts in on that?
I mean, I'm optimistic, but who knows?
Cautious.
Yeah, cautiously optimistic.
All right. Jessica has another question here asking, do you watch any YouTube gamers, and if so, who?
I watched a Let's Play group named Video Games Awesome, and sometimes I watch Game Grumps. That's about it.
I like Video Game Ducky. He's hilarious.
He's pretty good.
Oh, sometimes I watch Critical, because I like his deadpan.
All right. Drummershy has questions here. First one is, did you submit any panels for BronyCon? Maybe. And his other question is, what is your opinion on fidget spinners?
Yeah, they're gonna be gone in like a couple more weeks.
I
Nobody's
saw a
gonna,
whole
like...
booth.
Yeah.
When we were at the mall, there was some guy with this whole booth dedicated to fidget spinners, and I'm like, my God, this guy's whole livelihood is based off of this one item. And he had like,
it's a fad.
Yeah.
It'll be gone in a couple
It's like-
You
of
guys
weeks.
see the speaking of fidget spinners, it reminds me of like Beyblades. And someone posted a video, I think on Tumblr, Twitter, where in the Beyblade show that Moses, and apparently Moses parted the Red Seas with the Beyblade. It's biblically accurate.
do you think it's going to be as much of a like just a phase as what were they called? Fingerboards?
Oh, so that's a thing.
Tech decks?
Yeah, Tech Decks, bro.
Oh yeah.
Is that what they were called?
Yeah.
Pee-wee kickboarders or whatever.
Finger skateboards.
I feel like I honestly feel like fidget spinners is more than halfway done.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because the internet blasts that stuff and then it just goes away.
No, it's does
it
it
better
help
than-
people? Fidget spinners?
I don't know. I feel like it might distract them more than it does help. I mean,
Those things
I understand the fact that some people need something to fidget with to just like help them with their anxiety. Like I own I don't know where it is at this point, but I did buy a ring spinner that I wore in my hand for a little while because I would just, I don't know, I had a nervous fidget.
Those things are great though.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining like all these kids, like a 30-student classroom, and the teacher's like, all right, so next week we're going to have a midterm, and everyone just yanks out their fidget spinners and starts spinning them around. And it just
I think
like this vortex.
as far as fidget spinners go, I think they're just a little bit too big to be like all that discreet. Plus they have like lights or whatever that light up.
Yeah.
Like I think
it up,
like,
man.
you know, ring spinners and the
What
fidget
about those
cubes.
the fidget
Yeah,
cube
I think those
things?
are fine. The fidget cubes, I have one, and it's pretty small, and I think that's just like, I think that's fine. But like fidget spinners are kind of big and flashy. Like,
Yeah. All right. Ozzyl has a question asking thoughts on the DC Superhero Girls series by Lauren Faust.
About
I'm-
damn time.
yeah, it's Yeah, about damn time that somebody
I
just
can't
let
wait to see
Lauren
Rainbow
do
Dash.
something that she wanted to do. But yeah,
Rainbow Dash.
looking forward to it.
Ross. Oh, go on.
I like Lauren because she's a feminist, but she doesn't beat you over the head with it.
I'll show you my bruise.
I'm wondering like if like all the like Cartoon Network creators are just gonna come back to Cartoon Network at some point because it seems like it's going to happen.
Craig got a job somewhere apparently.
Oh really?
Yeah. Because Lauren.
Isn't he working on a Disney show?
I think
He was working on pitching something, but I don't know if maybe Disney didn't pick it up and he went somewhere else. I don't know.
called Yonder Over Wander.
Yeah, over Wander.
If only.
Let's see here. Ross Pitt is asking, do you think there will be any changes to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride now that the new movie is out?
I think the only thing that's going to change is that smoke effect that usually has either Davy Jones or, like, for a little while it had Blackbeard after the fourth
Yeah,
movie
they'll probably
came out.
add Salazar.
And he'll probably
won't
say
be able to
something,
understand.
Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow.
Yes, no.
Dead, instead of the dead man tell hotels, it'll just be him going, dead man tell no tells.
What's his
And
name?
then the title of the ride comes up.
Wait, what are you talking about? I'm sorry.
Jokes about Pirates movie.
No,
not spoilers.
they asked if there would be any changes to the new ride now that the new movie's out, and we're saying that they'll probably put the villain in somewhere where they've already put other previous movie villains in the same spot.
The smoke effect.
It's funny. I saw somebody complain on Twitter saying, "Oh, I've hated the movies since 2006 because because like they've been putting them in the rides." I don't know if they meant solely that's the whole reason they hate it. But they made it pretty clear that was at least a big problem of it. And I'm like, I don't know. Like
it really has
like
not like taken over the ride that much. Like one of the pirate dudes in the fight scene in it's Barbossa now instead of some random dude, and then Jack's sprinkled in a couple of times. It's still the same ride.
The storylines shifted, but as far as storyline in the sense that now some of the, I think one character references, no, two of them reference
I think
Jack Sparrow.
In general Disney's only changed like 5% of the ride by adding the movie stuff.
Like the majority of its charm and its original. There were changes that were being made to the ride before the movies even started coming out that people were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they made it to where now the women are chasing the men." That was a change.
That was
so there's a what?
Was it a change? I thought that was always been that way.
That's my thought too, dude.
No.
Are you sure?
I don't. When did they make the change?
All right, let me look it up.
I'm being legit. Look,
I'm pretty sure that has
I
always
know,
been a gag. That I think like one pirate was chasing a woman, but then there was another woman that was chasing a pirate.
No, there was always one woman chasing a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big
okay.
one.
Well, you're saying that was a change, that the women are chasing the pirates.
Okay, so here it is. I don't see a date on it though, but it says there's a whole website dedicated to the changes of Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates chasing women to women chasing pirates. This is on drdisney.com. It says, when the attraction originated, there is a scene you ride through that comes right before the city on fire, and it showed pirates chasing women in circles. After 3 or 4 of those, there was one overweight woman chasing after a pirate.
Yeah.
Once the political correctness craze came about, I'm just reading, numerous people complained about the scene, and it ended up being changed to the women chasing the pirates who were stealing pies and other food items. At one point, it was changed back to the pirates chasing women, but this time it was because the women were holding jewels. Since then, things have been changed back again, and women are back to chasing pirates as the scallywags have stolen items from their homes. I mean, I don't know how much explanation is needed to say why that change is there, but when the pirates were chasing the women, it was basically implying they were chasing the women for the women. So
okay,
there's a scene
because like it's historically accurate, you know, because I mean, if we're talking about political correctiveness, there's a fucking part of the ride where they're auctioning off the females.
Yeah,
is that PC nowadays? Absolutely not. Did that happen back in the day? Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's weird that's the thing that they go after when there's literally auctioning women off.
Yeah, that is funny. That's a good point too. There was another bit, I don't know if it's in here, and I remember as a kid, I was like, oh, why'd they get rid of that? There was a part where the barrel is now, Jack Sparrow pops out, and there's a guy holding a map, and he's like, oh, Jack Sparrow never will get this map. Yeah. It used to be a pirate holding a dress, and popping out of the barrel used to be a woman. Whoops.
Really?
Yeah.
Good old days where men were men, women were men, and kids were men.
So I was gonna add, in the first Pirates movie, this chase scene is actually referenced to the pirates chasing the women in the when the Black Pearl first shows up in the first movie, and they had a whole fight scene in this town. Yeah. There's a shot where a woman is running away from a pirate, and it's in reference to what used to be there.
Did you guys hear about the changes at Disney for the Hall of Presidents and what they're doing for Trump?
What?
This is insane. So they talked, and apparently they said, I remember this on some. Let's see if I can find the article. Hold up. It's fair. Whatever.
I heard this.
So it was on a Disney subreddit thing. So it was something where they said they're going to move him to the Carousel of Progress, and they're going to add a new little layer to it where it rolls around, and there's a Vote Trump sign on a nuclear
you're full of
bomb. It's just 5 minutes of people sitting in silence, hearing fire burning in the distance and ashes floating through the air. It's pretty immersive, and I can't wait to see it.
Mm-hmm.
How interactive is it?
Well, they give you disembodied Trump heads into the audience for you to play with. So.
There's a great again, America tomorrow.
Wasn't there an actress this week who took a picture with a disembodied?
Yeah, Betty White.
What?
Betty White? I thought it was someone else.
I'm joking. It was somebody else.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow. Nah, yeah. Let's see here. Oziel says, have you tasted or heard about the McDonald's? I can't pronounce this. How is it said? It's the sauce that's referenced in
Saskatchewan sauce.
Thank you, Saskatchewan sauce. I know that's not how you say it, but yeah, that.
Saskatchewan.
No, it's not Providence.
You said it so convincingly, though.
I mean, I'm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have not, and I have never heard of it. So.
It's a Rick and Morty thing.
I haven't had it myself. No. Has anyone ever had it?
Negative.
Okay.
Nobody cares about McDonald's.
Oh my god. Okay, here's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Oziel asking thoughts on Boss Baby getting a sequel.
Fucking ruined it. Fucking ruined it.
You ruined it?
I feel like the movie was perfect to be just a one in a series.
It was not. It was not.
This is DreamWorks
by itself.
Right?
I know it's DreamWorks, but still,
it was not set up to be a sequel.
Yeah, it was not set up to be a sequel. And the way it's explained, I don't want to spoil anything about it. Well, I mean, it came out a while ago, but it's supposed to be the kid's imagination pretty much throughout. And I just don't know what they're gonna do as far as explaining why there's a sequel and why there's
this more. Is from the creators of Shrek.
I know.
4, 5, possibly 6.
Next one's gonna be Boss Grandpa.
I actually I enjoyed Boss Baby. It surprised me, but now I'm just
yeah.
They want to make their money. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to. Did they make a sequel for Secret of Nim? I know this is out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
there's
Yes,
Secret
they
of
did.
Nim too.
And it's not even
Yeah.
about the girl.
Haven't
I
even
was
seen
gonna,
it.
I was gonna joke like about like some random one-off movie, but then I realized that might have a sequel, and it does. Never mind.
Oh, that's the other thing I should have said about my week. Oh goodness, I'm an idiot.
What?
I bought an animation cell from The Secret of Nim, and
Wow.
I framed it.
What are the
Yeah.
chances that I just happen to reference that movie?
Yeah. I'm really excited. I'm like, I own a piece of this movie now. That is so
What
neat.
cell? What is the animation though? Or the cell?
It's when she's looking for Mr. H is at the beginning of the movie.
Nice.
Yeah, that movie was fantastic. I watched the battle scene at the end. It was really good.
I feel like that movie kind of ruined for me because like we watched it in my English literature class, but we read the book first, and I really enjoyed the book, and the movie is almost nothing like the book, and I'm just like, shit. Oh.
That's the secret.
Rosie Diamond is asking, what is the funniest joke you've ever heard?
Ugh. Well, I mean, I can't really.
My life.
That is a hard question.
Wow.
Wow.
Paleo going all
That's
in.
more
here.
of a satire, though.
There's actually one pretty good joke in Pirates. That's all I'm gonna say. The new Pirates movie.
Just one.
There's a lot of those kind of jokes, but this one was actually presented as a legitimate like joke, like knock knock or whatever the fuck. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, and that one it works. It plays really well with the crowd too. Like that's the fun part about like the crowd gets into it. That's why a lot of people expect this movie to actually do decent. Is that those that go both times we went, people clapped at the end. So yeah. Jeez. I don't know. There's been some good ones that I've heard during our Who's Lines. Some of which make me go, I can't believe someone just made that joke. Like
I
I
don't
think
laugh at jokes. I laugh at moments. So I don't know what to say.
wow, look at you, Mister.
High and mighty.
Like I think one that comes to mind just because I couldn't believe how clever and yet dirty the joke was. We had a Who's Line where it was basically like some along the lines of like things you can say about your favorite pony, but not your girlfriend. And Gabe walks up during Scenes from a Hat and goes, "Her whole body is pink."
It was so like.
And I was like, oh my god, that was BronyCon 2013, and
Is that long ago? Oh my goodness.
yeah, no, that got me on the ground. I was like, oh my god. I think it was. I'm pretty sure that's where it was. Pretty sure, but yeah, no, it was just holy shit. Anyone else have a funniest joke?
Yeah.
Okay. Ross says, now from funniest to traumatizing, Ross is asking, what is something that traumatized you as a child?
My parents' divorce.
I'm not going to laugh because I feel like you're not kidding.
Traumatized.
I'm wondering if like this
I was
question is framed to be like stupid things that you were afraid of as a kid that like
I was afraid of pigs.
quote unquote traumatized you.
all right. So the first one that comes to mind is my parents told me something, and I was the kind of kid that needed to be told something like this. Otherwise, I would have done it. To keep me from climbing into sewers, my parents told me
Is it a problem?
that alligators lived in the sewers in California. And I was like, oh my god. So if I fall in, I'll die. And yeah.
It's one of the
it's
worst
scary.
ways to go. Just through a gator or a croc. That'd be a nightmare.
Yeah.
One thing that scared me as a kid was dress up like costume characters like at Disney or at Warner Brothers or Six Flags, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It all started with Sylvester the cat. I was a young child, and I was just minding my own business in my little carriage thing. It wasn't a carriage. It was one of those seats that I can't remember what they're called. I'm drawing a blank right there.
Stroller?
But he just stroller. There. Thank you.
A carriage.
And he just kind of walks over, and he like bends over just right in my face, and it scared the shit out of me. And for the longest time, like even when I was like 13, I was still like petrified of costume characters. Like the first time I went to Disney World, I hid under the table when Pluto came up to our table. I hated costume characters. I didn't want them near me. Sometimes to this day, I still kind of like get kind of nervous and anxious around them, but still it's not that bad. Like I can actually like interact. But yeah.
You do fine with Judy and Nick at Disneyland
Yeah.
because they're awesome. Okay. Anyone else have traumatized from childhood?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Right
So this is more of just how the childhood mind works. It's not necessarily something that traumatized me, and I may have told the story before, but we had the '94 earthquake out here, and for some unholy reason, I was awake when it hit. I woke up. I don't know if like the house like maybe had kind of a pre-shake before the big one hit. But I had woken up, and it was about 3 minutes before it hit, and I woke up, and I was like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, and the way that our house is set up, when you walk in through the front door, there's the living room, and then you walk in, and then there's a hallway to your right, and the hallway leads to the bedrooms where I was in. And then if you go straight, you're into the kitchen and the rest of the house. And for some reason, instead of going back to my room down the hallway, I went the other direction. Like I kind of paused and just went towards the other end of the hallway so I could see the front door and the big window that was next to it. And I kind of just glanced at the window, and all of a sudden the whole house starts to shake. And immediately I knew that there was a gorilla shaking our house. And I was like, I was having none of that. I ran so fast back to my bed. I jumped under the covers, and within 3 seconds, all of a sudden, my dad was getting me out. Time to go. But yeah, no, my childhood imagination, I knew that there was a gigantic gorilla shaking our house, and I'm like, that sucks. Damn. All right. Imperfect 13 asks, aside from Big Mac and Sugar Bell, which two randomly selected MLP characters would you ship?
Applejack and Rainbow Dash.
Applejack and Rainbow Dash?
Yeah.
Okay. I just making sure I heard you correctly.
Laura, what were you gonna say?
Well, it's asking like what our ships are isn't the same as asking like if you would support a random 2-character ship. So is it like what are your ships, or is it like pick 2 characters?
Let's say what are your ships?
Okay, because that's different. Let's see.
Because you're right.
Laura's put a lot of thought into this.
Well, it would be kind of like we'd be here for a long time to discuss all the random
Get out the
shipping.
RNG, let's do it.
I shipped that one. There's that one Pegasus. It's like a white Pegasus with blue hair, and then there's another Earth pony. No,
Pegasus.
And then there's an Earth pony, and it's kind of like tannish color, and it has like yellow or blondish hair. I like those two.
Oh.
Lyra
I just
and
got it.
Bonbon.
I don't think I have any pony shit.
I like that Paleo's the only one that got.
What
I was
are
going.
you referencing?
No idea.
Dude, it's
guys know-
Saber.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Gay. All right, I'll move on here. Jazz King is 3DS, and what games did he play?
You cut out a bit for me.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We missed half of the question.
Does Saber still use his 3DS, and what games did he play?
Very specific question.
No and no.
I have my 3DS. I played like Fire Emblem, played Smash, played
You bought Pokemon Sun.
yeah. I haven't. I need to sit down and play that. I played the previous Pokemon iteration before that. I gave my charge to my roommate, and I haven't gotten it back, so I haven't played with my 3DS. But yeah, it's
I
it's
still
a cool
own
toy.
one, but I haven't played it in a while.
Nice.
Animal Crossing was my shit, and when they came out with that, the one where you could do interior design, I was just like, oh, that is my game all over the place, and I played it a whole bunch, and I interior decorated all the things.
Sarah.
What?
Have you been following along? Are there any questions that I haven't hit up that I wasn't tagged in?
Let me see. I have not.
Because I was gonna say I have 3 more here. Just want to make sure that.
Let's see. Let me.
Wow.
I'm gonna double check.
All right. Well, while you check that, Jessica McCartney asks, "Have you guys played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe yet?"
Nope.
Yo-yo.
I
have not.
have it. And yeah, I play it. Mario Kart's fun.
Nice.
We've
See,
got
on that
one
game.
from. Oh wait, are we done with the question, or did you want to say something, Hero?
Oh no, I'm good.
Oh, okay. We got from Aleximus Prime, the same guy who did the art that's up on the backsplash today.
Woo!
He
His
asked.
Black Ribbon just
Yeah. He asks, what microphones, cameras, and editing software do you guys recommend for video making? I think probably Race and Saber would probably be best to ask for that, because I use iMovie on my Mac. That's the extent of my editing software.
I use Vegas, Sony Vegas, but
legally required, of course.
obviously the it depends on what you want to do. If you want to do a lot of like effects heavy editing, they're like After Effects is really good. I know there's Premiere a lot of people use, and yeah, like I mean camcorder wise you can do a lot with a camcorder that you don't have to spend a lot of money with these days. Just depends on how much you want to do with it. So yeah, I mean, there's like expensive cameras you can get, but you almost have to know how to use them because they kind of require you to know what you're doing. So, yeah. I don't know if Saber has anything to add to that.
You're a better one to talk to about cameras. I mean, like Paleo, you guys said, like Sony Vegas is fine. Like you'd be surprised how like the editing software isn't as important as just having a good idea. But that being said, Sony Vegas it's solid. I recommend that.
This question is specifically for, and I wanted to, or not for Nora, from Nora to Saber.
Nora. Okay.
And she's asking, what are your best tips for a healthy lifestyle?
God, I've been so out of it, hon.
Jesus.
Self-discipline.
Self-discipline, exercise, diet. It's a lot easier than you think. Just regiment, setting a schedule. You're like, okay, I'm going to do it today, tomorrow, and the day after, and stuff like that. And you'll be surprised how far you go. Just build good habits. That's what it is building good habits. And it leaks over into other facets of life. So
Absolutely does.
the hardest part's just starting. It really is. You have to force every fiber of your being, like consciously fight it to do it, because it's very easy to say I'll do it tomorrow. But I'm stuck in that rut right now. I'm justifying it with other things, but still like not doing what I should be doing.
You think starting's the hardest part? That's interesting. A lot of people say that too. I don't know. Like, I feel like just maintaining it is really hard because I remember somebody told me like after 20 days it gets easier, and I've been going on this for a while. I'm like, I don't think it does. I think you just get used to it because like the lady at the cafeteria is still gonna walk by my nose with freaking pizza, and I'm gonna be like, wow, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. But you just have to like have this self-discipline, I guess.
I'm sorry, I had to do that.
Well, I mean, it's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, right.
It's like master.
You just have to tell your urges no, I guess. That's literally just say no to yourself. That's what I do. I'm just like, no, I can't do that. I won't allow it. It's hard, but
I'm sorry. I just saw Sarah. Where did that come from? The Cheerios remake. Did you do that?
No, that was somebody. Let me find it. Captain Venom on Twitter posted that.
Oh my god. Fuckos. Daily fiber.
Has nobody ever heard? Okay.
I have not seen these before.
That's hilarious. We have one last question, then we're gonna wrap up the podcast here. And then following the question, I'll do it right now. I mentioned to everybody when I tweeted out that I would update on Bronies React. And for those of you that stuck it out with us here, here's the update. It's in the works. No, but the Bronies React right now, there were a couple things that were holding me up, but I have gotten past the biggest chunk of editing, and now it's the polishing phase, so to speak, which is essentially me putting the whole thing together. But I still don't have like a release date, but keep an eye on Twitter. It should be coming out very soon. One of the things that's actually slowed it down on my end, and this, hopefully you guys are happy to hear this, is that there's actually, and I haven't announced what it is yet, but there is another Bronies React that is in the works. And so it's in addition. So what we do know is coming out is we have a Bronies React coming out to the first episode of the season. And then there is an additional Bronies React in the works, and a couple of working on some special guests. We'll see how it all pans out. But excited to release this Bronies React that's being worked on. And like I said, part of the delay has been that we're actually just in the beginning phases of a new Bronies React that will be coming out following this one. So let's see. Last question we have here that I imagine some people were going to be excited about. Again, we'll not spoil anything because it came out in the last 7 days. But opinions, just as Jazz King Plays asks, any opinions of the new episode or episodes of Steven Universe?
They were good.
I have not seen them yet.
Yeah, finally.
So my biggest thing is I'm like, so Sarah, is this the season like finale? And she's like, no, this is the beginning of the new season. And I'm what? So
Started
there's
off with
less
a
of
bang.
a break. Why is it that there's like a 2-week break between one season and the next, and then in the middle of the season they're gonna have like an 8-month break?
It's just, I don't know. It's just how they're doing things.
Who schedules this?
I
The
don't
network
know.
that's trying to hold on to stuff and not run out of ammo, I guess.
Yeah, they just keep airing Teen Titans Go, and then that's it until
Yeah.
they have new stuff.
I mean, seriously, like regular show's gone, Adventure on its way out. Steven Universe, I'm gonna say probably 2 years max. That's what's gone. Because I mean, they are.
And Gumball's having its last season, so
Clarence is gone. They're trying to get a roster ready, and I think they need some more time.
All right.
But again, like really glad that they're starting to progress the story along, because it's like about time.
Well, sometimes the build up in these if it's a good enough show like Steven Universe, you can still appreciate the shows that build up, but this is when it starts to pay off. Is you've had all these episodes just kind of kind of talking or glancing or referencing
Yeah.
big things that have happened, and this is where the payoff is like, oh. So
Well, it's like, that's really cool. No, I want to know more about Homeworld and the diamonds, but what's Mayor Dewey up to?
let's go get a donut.
Mayor Dewey.
So yeah. Other than that, that's a
I
wrap
mean,
here on the
were,
semi.
Yeah, there were a couple that were tagged to only semi-perfect pod, but maybe we'll just leave those for next time since.
Oh well, what were there? Were there any like crazy ones?
Let's see.
We can hammer through those real quick.
There's one from Shadowblood. I don't understand this one, but I'll just go ahead and say it. What happened to equestrial design being on Bernie's yacht? I never knew there was any talks of.
What happened to him being on Bernie's rack?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Yeah.
I guess you could say essentially it's the same thing that happens to most people on Bernie's rack. I've always I get this question about individuals all the time, but I've always had this idea to have kind of a group of like regular members in the Bernie's racks and then people that I tend to cycle through more often than not. And Orc obviously was a lot of fun to have. He went crazy with a lot of his effects from times to times too, and he had kind of like a self storyline that was in there involving Octavia and everything. So he was a lot of fun, great to work with.
Orchestral design. They said equestrial design, and I was so confused. I'm like, who the heck is equestrial design?
It probably
Orchestral
works.
design. Okay. Jesus.
But yeah,
all right.
no. So nothing exactly happened. It just, I would say
People
he
get
was more
busy.
on the... Huh?
Well, I mean, never mind. I won't say anything for you, but.
Yeah, no, I would, again, I can't have everybody. And just because of timing and everything, I have to have a limit of how many on each of these. So, again, Orc was a lot of fun. One of the first people that I met when I got into the fandom. And, great guy. I don't know what he's up to these days, but hopefully he's doing good. I haven't seen him in a long time either. But, yeah, just kind of on that roster that... people that I like to cycle through.
Yeah. There's another one from Shadowblood. It was mostly, I guess, tagged to me. It says, have you guys heard about the new project on making meat without killing animals? I kind of thought that was already sort of a thing with like Fakin and those vegan eggs that we saw at Sprouts the other day. I kind of figured that's always been a thing, but...
At some point, are people going to try to outlaw, like, predatory animals that eat other animals?
No,
like, is that going to happen?
Okay, so growing meat in a lab, I'm for that. And the reason why is that it does save animal cruelty. Because, if we can save animals from dying, I'm cool. I'm never going to shame someone for being an apex predator and wanting to eat a cow. And humans farming is just how we do it. It's if it's anything, it's more humane than a lion gouging a zebra. But the way I see it is, if they can make meat in a lab like easy and accessible and just the same,
that it'd be safe to eat. That's
what's
fine.
that?
And safe to eat.
Yeah, and safe to eat. But a lot of farms take up a lot of forest land. It takes up the flatulence and methane that comes from cows. Would go away. I just think there's some good things. Like, okay, we don't really need farms anymore. Like, we can grow it somewhere else. But there'll always be that's gonna be a chance I would not take right away. So, and I'm sure there'd be holdouts who are like, well, we here in North Dakota will always have our ranch with our homegrown cows, and it's like, that's fine. I'm just be open-minded to possible solutions to things like that. Not solutions, options.
I think that Yes, sir.
As long as there's a way, like if more people go to eating this lab-grown meat, there needs to be a way to regulate population of animals like cows and stuff like that. Like it has.
What do you mean regulate?
Well, if nobody's eating real life cows that these farmers are growing, they're just gonna keep making babies. And
Well, I mean, they cows.
it's gonna be a problem.
Like,
Therefore, making more
So you
methane.
mean we need to eat all the cows?
It's supply and demand. Like, if you're implying that the farmers would, I mean, if there's less demand, the cows will be phased out.
Yeah, I think it would be more gradual. So, like, less cows would be bred, and then, but I was gonna say that with something like this, again, I still stand by what I said. Right, in a lot of cases, it drives me nuts a bit. Like, you know, I'm all down with people living their own lifestyles. You know, eat what you want to eat.
Yeah.
I also drives me, or it does drive me nuts though when people try to impose their lifestyles on others. As you know, I mean, if it's like, no, I'm trying to teach you to not kill people, then yeah, okay, that's a good thing. But
lifestyle. No, I'm
serial killer family. For me though, what I find fascinating about something like this development, where if they are able to start growing meat in labs and whatnot, I actually feel like where that's really going to benefit us is in the future down the road, if we ever decide, okay, let's see about colonizing, you know, a planet. You know, it would be good to be able to, for travel purposes and whatnot, to be able to have technology that we can literally just grow protein in this sense. I mean, I'm sure there's alternatives that exist out there that I just don't know about. But
well, growing food is important in space. You need to, because you can't go back and forth.
They already grow like vegetables and stuff in space.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
Yeah, so I think like I just saw something recently that I forget what group it was, but that there's a group in the world that's like, we're gonna have Mars colonized by like, I think like 100 years from now. And of course I'm like, oh, damn it. I gotta hang around long enough to see that. Yeah, but
I'd be able to die happy if we can get there. Which I know we can. We can get there now.
Get where?
It's to Mars.
Oh yeah.
We have the technology to do it now. It wouldn't be easy.
Yeah.
And it'd be dangerous. But right now because when NASA went, it's because they threw funding at it. Funding's not there, so they're doing it on a budget now, which is like great. Mm-hmm. Behold, the species that wants to advance to the stars on a dime. Like,
we got our priorities in the right spots.
And then it's like, wait, you're not funding space travel? Why? It's like, because we gotta buy ourselves a new stadium for our sports.
I just kind of wonder if like the lab grown meat's actually gonna be a thing that a lot of people will cling to. Like, I know it's like a really good alternative for people who have vegan or vegetarian lifestyles, but I don't know if a lot of people who already, you know, eat meat will easily transition.
It might be a generational thing too.
Yeah.
It might be something like I don't see our generation transitioning heavily to lab grown meat unless there's like some extreme difference in price. Which I don't see being
I feel
cheaper.
like it's gonna be more expensive.
That's my point. Yeah, like you have to give incentives for people. Like, oh, this is good. Like, for example, when they were like, hey guys, we found this fuel that doesn't, you know, hurt. Or how about this, an electric car? It's great. And everyone's like, okay, but why?
Gluten-free bread, it's great, but it's like $15 a fucking loaf.
So, nah, I mean, like I said, it's cool. I love it when this kind of stuff is like, science is just awesome.
I think it's a cool concept, and it's a good alternative for vegan people. I'm a little like, and I understand the fact like that farms are so big and they take up so much space, and like, you know, the methane from the cows, and I think it would be I don't know. It's weird. It's a whole weird concept. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to get at, but
I think Cal Poly developed a way to take the methane gas and turn it into fuel.
right. There's
Dude,
ways.
Props to like China and India for like stepping up their game, and doing clean energy. Because like I was talking to Laura about this, how like China needs to, because like the people in their country are dying from the smog.
No, it's nasty there. It's terrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like they see firsthand that like, and it's tough because like I was reading about this, how China and India are just now catching up on with the Industrial Revolution in a way for them, but like America got to do the Industrial Revolution before any kind of like United Nations or other countries were like, that's bad. Because back then it was like, who gives a fuck? Let's just, and even if it was bad, we don't care. But they didn't know it was bad. But now China and India, it's like America's like, nope, can't do that. And the rest of the world's like, can't do that. It's like they're like, well, you got to do it. It's like, well, yeah, because we did it a century before you did. So, like, can't.
With like a fraction of the population.
Yeah, you guys got like basically combined over half the world population, so you can't do it. And they're being chill about it.
Well, like you said, it's a good thing that they whole clean energy. Like there's a point where I do draw a line with some environmental stuff, but I mean, there's no doubt that cutting down emissions or pollution is just a no-brainer. It's like, yeah. So, yeah. Should we wrap up the podcast here, guys? What do you think?
Do you think cows would go extinct?
No.
Like if everybody in the planet's just like, yeah, let's just go to lab-grown meat.
I mean, we can still use it for milk.
That pugs and bulldogs exist is a testament that they will not go extinct. Trust me.
Platypi.
Well,
no, like there's
domesticated like miniature cows.
Humans care too much. Humans care too much in a good way. Like I say it almost like it's bad, but like at this point, whatever species we can prevent from going extinct, we're trying. I was like, no, save the whale. Of course, that's a different issue than just naturally going extinct. It's funny how when humans cause it, it's not considered natural, even though humans are just part of nature. Think of it that way.
It's. I mean, if humans wanted to, we can wipe out everything in a couple of days. Like at least a lot of the main species. There's some holdouts. Roaches and rats are like, "Fuck you, humans. We'll live forever."
Cockroaches are like, "Bring it."
Yeah. I mean, they'll probably outlast us. But I don't know. Like it's very. You know what? This is a tangent. Let's wrap it up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
I was mostly joking, but yeah.
We are going to conclude this is my perfect podcast here on May 31st. Tomorrow's June. It's summertime. We've made it to summer.
Oh, baby.
So want to wish you all a happy next 2 weeks. Keep an eye out for any new Saber's got a new video that's going to be coming out. Brony's Rack should be out between now and the next podcast. I'm sure Paley will have more videos as well. And Hirosashii. What?
I have an announcement too.
No, you don't.
We're bringing back POS podcast. We're gonna have our live stream on Monday.
Nice.
But it's a POS.
Yeah, it's a piece of you know what.
And also, in case nobody has heard about it before or have just in general haven't thought to join, there is a Discord server for the Semi-Perfect podcast. It's created by our fans, for our fans, or by our watchers, for our watchers, whichever you want to say. But yeah, that's a thing, and I'm going to link it into the chat so you guys can check it out if you want to join. Awesome. But yeah. That's
all right. And then other than that, Sarah has stuff that she does with art. And Laura hopefully will have something exciting that happens during the next 2 weeks.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. And Hirosashii will hopefully not get hit on by a guy.
Yep. I think he's gone.
Something.
Good. Then there's more. All right. Well, everyone, you have a good night. We'll see you in weeks. We'll be back on what is that? The 13th.
It's
We'll be
the
back? 14th.
yeah,
14th.
14th.
June 14th. We'll see you then. Have a good night.
See you guys.
Bye bye, dim ponies.